So, do you think that maybe the public doesn't understand the process? Is that part of the problem? Do you think that people are disconnected from their government because they don't know how to participate in it? Or where do you think the problem lie? Because I know that people often blame it on money. But you know, money's always been an issue. All through American history, money's been an issue. But there have been times where large groups of people have become really involved and overcome the issue of money.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess in one respect, I think that people actually, they understand the process that they've been seeing all too well.
Okay.
And so maybe there's a lack of confidence, you know. They just haven't liked the way that the politics has been playing out. Mm-hmm. The other thing that I think is a really big factor is that people have a natural inclination to want to be on the winning side. Mm-hmm. And so in determining who they want to vote for or who they want to go out and, you know, vocally support, mm-hmm. they are influenced by the person who they think is going to be the winner. Mm-hmm. And, you know, sometimes they feel even reluctant to back a candidate who's kind of a dark horse candidate or somebody who isn't, mm-hmm. you know, given, you know, prominent coverage or considered to be a viable candidate. So I think that is a factor, and I think actually the press coverage affects that to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. The press actually directs a lot of their coverage to the matter of who's raised the most money. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a litmus test for, you know, who's going to be the strongest candidate and who's going to be the winning candidate. And I think, you know, it's human nature to be influenced by that.
Mm-hmm. So you hit on a really important issue, I think, media and access to media. Do you think that we have less access to media, even though we have so much information thrown at us these days? It seems so centralized.
It is centralized. I do think that there's a lot of conventional wisdom in the reporting that you hear and read in this day and age, and you know, I sort of think that kind of does a disservice to the voting public. Mm-hmm. Because they're not getting all the information they need. Now, one thing that's really interesting is that the influence of like even television reportage and print is going to be going down over the years, and there's going to be more emphasis on internet and those things that are not necessarily controlled by corporate interests, that are more, you know, I guess I'd say democratic and inclusive. Mm-hmm. And so that's a real challenge. Mm-hmm. And in working for the current election cycle, what we've actually seen is some research that says the most effective way to try to persuade voters is to go door to door.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
Yeah, and that personal contact. Yeah,
it really means a lot. It really does.
It does.
Well, thank you, Janet, for coming today. This has been the Lancaster County Democrats Watchful Citizen Show, and I want to encourage all of you to come to our monthly meetings down at the Communication Workers of America Union Hall at about 25th and N Streets. Our meetings start at 7 p.m. and you'll get to go and meet all sorts of interesting, progressive people. And sometimes Janet and her husband Richard Register come and visit us, and you get to know them as well. You get to work on different candidates' campaigns, and you can go and be part of lots of different committees, like issues committees and forum committees. And I want to give you the last word today, Janet. What else do you want to share with us?
Well, I just want to remind your viewers how important it is for them to show up for the February 9th presidential caucus. I think that's going to be a new and unique opportunity.